Editing Casey here, just to add in a little bit disclaimer. This whole episode is about what if the purge existed. This is hypothetical and a thought experiment, not any sort of inciting violence or encouraging of any of the actions we discuss in this episode. Also, yes, I know I said 24 hours, the movie is 12, and we didn't specifically discuss the high ranking officials part of the rules with the purge. I kind of forgot some facts. It's been a while. Sue me. Hello, beautiful chaos gremlins, and welcome back to Engineering Chaos, a podcast where my co-host and I talk about life as female engineers, give career advice to those coming up behind us, and talk about corporate America as it continues to screw us all, and apparently piss off the internet.
Oh, it was spicy last episode.
I don't know why people suddenly think that talking about conscious and unconscious biases is like a new woke thing. Like, I'll be completely honest here. I am the weirdest hybrid of a human when it comes to politically like stances. I have progressive thoughts, I have really conservative thoughts. I am not woke in any way, but I'm also not Andrew Tate follower human either.
Oh, Jesus.
Like,
God.
I think they're all fucked up and cult leaders. Like, that, fuck politics. That's my 2 cents. But
yeah.
Apparently, talking about unconscious biases, which have been a literal psychological term for God knows how long, is woke. I don't know how that came to be, but fuck me, right?
Whatever. I was called crazy eyes, which they're not wrong. I do have crazy eyes. I'll stab you.
Honestly, most of the comments were pointed at you.
I know.
Which is funny, because I just kept, like, there's 2 of us. Who are you referring to? Come at me, bitch.
It's me. It was me.
And I purposely look a little bit more butch this week just to piss off more people. So,
I tried to do that. Can you see? I did like camo. I did like.
You going, trying like, is not.
Trying to go like biker chick.
No, ma'am, no.
You see, biker chick.
You still look girly.
I know. It's okay.
Also, I'm going to out myself by saying this, but you know how you're talking about how you run into engineers who haven't like left the facility in 2 days and are gross? That's me right now. I have been so hyper-focused on shit. Like, nothing else exists.
Hygiene. What's that?
Pretty much. I'm not, like, I literally said I'm going to out myself and it's going to be gross, but, like, fair.
Mm-hmm.
It's been, fair like, assessment. 3 days.
That's fine. I mean, like, the longest I can go is probably, like, two days. And then I'm like, I feel bad. I start like feeling like self-conscious about it. Like, oh, I'm a disgusting human being. I should shower now.
I don't have that filter. Like, I really don't. It's so terrible to admit. I don't have that filter. Like, I could be covered in fucking mud and it doesn't bother. Like, and again, I've talked about there were signs when I was a kid. Showering is my worst enemy. Like, it's
a hassle. It's a hassle.
And, like, I would literally come home as a kid after 5-6 hours of dance and just fall into bed. Like, showers? What are those?
What are those?
Like, there were signs when I was a kid that I might be a little spicy.
A little spicy.
The more I think about it.
Yeah. No, I mean, my signs were the depression signs of, I've spent the whole summer literally holed up in my room in complete pitch black, not showering, not doing anything, literally sleeping for 36 to 72 hours. And yeah, that was my sign that I have depression.
I just liked my room. Like,
True. It's a safe space.
I'm a hermit.
Yeah.
It's like my office. I just hang out in here. Sometimes my door's shut, sometimes it's not.
It's the safe space. Our
Sure,
happy
my
place.
car is really my safe space, though.
That's true.
My husband hates it. Because he's like, why do you have everything in here? I'm like, because I need to have these things.
Just in case I run away.
Well, it's not even that. It's like, he literally gave me shit the other day. He's like, you telling me if you don't leave shoes in your car, you'll go somewhere without shoes? And I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
I hate shoes that much that if there aren't shoes in my car that once I arrive to a location I can put on, I will forget.
Mm-hmm.
And socks are just a whole different problem. That's why socks are also in my car, because I won't put them on.
Mm-mm. I started wearing socks inside out. Yeah, you'll forget them. I started wearing them inside out, and that was like a game changer for me.
Okay. So that's worse for me.
Really?
Than the inside seam? Yeah, because then you wear them inside out and then you're stepping on the seam.
Well, I'm not stepping on the seam because the seam is at the top.
I'd still feel like I'm like, maybe I just end up wearing them reverse or something. I don't know. Nope, it's worse to me. It's the texture too. So like socks that have
it's
like
softer on the outside usually.
No.
Okay. All right. We get different socks. It's fine.
No.
Okay.
But also just socks in general are pain because they never stay on my feet, and I have a foot that's a size and a half bigger than the others, so it's just one will always come off, and not size, I'm sorry, half size.
Okay, thank you. I was gonna say, God damn. I mean, mine's probably like quarter size difference, but I mean,
it's big enough. I have to get 2 different shoes. If I have to wear any shoe that's fitted, it's big enough. I have to wear 2 different shoes.
Yeah, I have the same problem with my boobs. One's a size bigger than the other.
I don't think I have that problem. I've never really cared. I'm a sports bra queen, though, so
it doesn't matter if you wear sports bras. That's why I wear sports bras too. But like, if I have to wear like that formal underwire, uncomfortable shit,
I don't do underwire.
One boob is not gonna fit.
I have stopped dealing with textures I can't handle anymore, and underwire is one of those. I can't. I will find a sports bra that handles, or like a bandeau if I have to go strapless. Nope. Yeah. Nope. Can't do it.
Nope.
It's a texture thing.
It's an overstimulation thing.
Well, the texture becomes an overstimulation. It's all a cycle.
Yeah.
Anyways. Yeah, we pissed off the internet. 2 women talking about things, and apparently the phrase "if I were a man" pisses people off. I don't know. It was all hypothetical, and people forget that this is an hour and a half long episode that I clipped into a minute. Yeah. No shit, you're missing context, sir.
But also, how dare you get offended by 2 women starting a podcast when there are so many men doing the same damn thing?
I mean, I don't think it was the podcast aspect. I think it was more what we were talking about.
It's definitely what we were talking about. But, like, I think being women, it definitely fueled the fire.
Maybe. I don't know. I think people were just pissed off that we implied a man would wear makeup. Because we ended up on the proper side of the internet, right? We were categorized for that post on TikTok as engineering. That was the search term for that post. We fully proved the point I have been making, that the elitist prick males exist in our space. Because there was literally someone in our comment section that thought that civil engineers were the only engineers to exist.
Yeah, that's very civvy of them. To be honest, that's
I was so confused when they said most engineering jobs are related to construction sites and OSHA safety concerns. And I'm like, no?
No.
Do you even engineer, bro? Like,
do you know the stats of at least the US and how many engineers actually work in
defense?
Which
is just
an overabundance. Oh my God. Hmm?
But
Make no sense.
Of all of our friends, I think I know like 2 that work in like civil construction site type places.
I know 0.
And that
Oh.
is fuck, I forgot to turn those off.
That's hilarious. Here you go.
I'm gonna turn those off now. And they're from school.
Yeah.
Because I was in a field that was civil adjacent.
Mhm.
So some of my friends that were in the ocean world went civil construction.
Right. That makes sense. For me, I did barely had any interaction with civvies.
I was like, or they were actual civvies. Like the ones that I know were either actual civvies or in ocean. And then my husband, obviously.
Yeah, true.
But
oh, okay. So then I know one person.
like, what?
Make it make sense.
Software engineers go nowhere near. If a software engineer was on a construction site, I'd be concerned.
Oh my god.
To be honest.
Oh my god, they need to wear more than a helmet.
I'd be a little concerned to put a software engineer out at site unless they're debugging something in the vicinity of
yeah.
Like,
we're not talking about construction at that point. Nope.
Like electrical maybe sometimes out on site depending on what you're doing.
No, electrical is common. My brother's an electrician, so he definitely
well, that's an electrician though. How often does the engineer actually go out to the site?
Fact.
Not very often.
Not very often, and they also engineer things wrong and then upset the
I was about to say, when they do go out the site, according to my husband...
That's because they fucked up. They fucked up.
Now, this is just conjecture from my husband, but when engineers show up on the site, he wants them to go away. So they generally aren't there because all of the construction guys don't want them there.
Nobody wants them.
And that was like, those were the type of comments that I'm like, you call me clueless, but, and like, there's one on our Instagram right now that's like, most companies have dress code policies that would outline this being a moot point. And I'm like, what companies have you worked for? Because as an engineer, every company I've worked for, their dress code policies have been really fucking vague.
Oh, yeah. Super vague.
So, like, yeah, big corporations like fucking Disney, we talked about this. Yeah. There are places that will outline flight attendants, Disney, Universal, like, big companies like that where your appearance really does matter, they will do that. Even, like, fast food places, you're wearing a uniform. But most corporate places, their dress code policies aren't that detailed. It's very much so left up to the interpreter.
Yeah. And I mean, recently, I feel like, at least when I started full time, they had already changed the dress code policy to, you can wear jeans at work. You can dress up jeans at work and it'd be fine.
I mean, that's been around since I started. That's not new. But not all companies, some companies are still business casual. Not all companies do the kind of dress for your situation type things, right?
Right.
I mean, in the tech world, they really couldn't give two shits what you wear to work unless you're presenting in front of a group of people. Because someone else said that, like, in the financial space, if you're customer facing, that's a different story. And I agree.
It is. Yeah, and we said that in the podcast.
So I think it's just funny because people are like, well, this is a moot point. Not really.
No.
People commenting with actual real life experience with this are proving it's not a moot point.
Yeah.
So
and we even got a teacher who commented too.
Yeah, no, it's just funny. I was not expecting that to piss people off so much. Like,
it was me. It was me. Just blame it on me.
Maybe it was. Maybe it's, I don't know. Because that's the funny thing. No, but I'm not blaming you, but that's the funny thing. I've had this social strat. I've used the same clipping software for the last 4 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Where I did all solo episodes.
and then I come in, and then I start getting all the
And
haters.
it's been mostly positive comments. Like,
Yeah,
it's like, oh, I love, like, even, like, the one where I was just venting that I'm tired of being the one that everyone comes to.
right.
There were people in the comments that was like, I thought this was a mom rant. And I'm like, I mean, it could have been. It feels like that sometimes.
It does feel like we're moms at work sometimes. Yes, I feel that.
I was like, that's why I shared this, because I feel like it resonated with a lot more people than just engineers. It's just life as it happens to be right now.
Right.
And then, like, I was expecting me calling engineers arrogant dickwads to piss people off, but it really just brought more people to the comments agreeing with me.
That popped off. I mean, you're not wrong. I think you can pull together both conservative and leftist. Like, you can
By
pull
calling
everyone in
engineers
together by
arrogant
calling.
dickwads.
Yes, I feel like that's a thing that everyone can agree on. Even
Apparently
engineers.
so. All three platforms agreed on that one, which
That's
never
impressive.
happens.
No, that does not happen. That's
Instagram
impressive.
had similar comments of like, no, I totally agree. TikTok did, and YouTube did.
We're all dickwads.
So apparently, I'm not the controversial one.
I am. Is it from the way I look? Is it because I say things more passionately? Like,
Probably.
what? Yes, yeah.
Because someone did say that. Someone said, you're telling me she didn't have any animosity with the way she said that? I'm like, we were really just discussing things. She wasn't mad about anything.
Oh,
but,
no, that's just me normally.
I was like, but even if there was animosity towards men in that conversation, the people we work with fully deserved it.
Facts.
So,
maybe not my current team. My current team has been awesome, but like that's more
in general.
I would in general, but like the bad interactions I've had is usually with like leadership and management.
See, until Dragon Lady, it was the opposite for me. It was usually the team.
Interesting.
Yeah. Management was fully behind me and agreed with me usually. And then Dragon Lady happened, and well, that changed.
That changed. Yeah.
Then I had about a year and a half of it being management as the problem.
That's true.
So,
well, I think it's just because most of my coworkers are around the same age, around the same like level, kind of just in that same vibe as me. And I also moved out of Florida, so that helps.
Fair. But that actually kind of perfectly brings us into
oh god
my super secret topic of the week. Because we were talking about horrible people and trolls and things. So this isn't a new concept. I've seen it done with other people where they've done kind of TikToks and things related to this topic. But I thought it would be interesting to discuss it on the podcast and see where you go with it. Because I know exactly where I'm going with it.
I'm scared.
It's Corporate Purge Day. You've seen the Purge movies, right?
No, I have not. But I understand the concept.
You at least know the concept of the Purge movies, right? 24 hours to do everything's legal?
Yeah.
Corporate Purge Day. What are you doing with your 24 hours?
In corporate America, like, so I need to set the scene.
Oh,
Is
God.
this, like, where, are we stuck inside where we work for 24 hours?
Just corporate life in general. You're not necessarily stuck inside your building. You can go after anyone you work or do anything when it comes to related to your workplace or other workplaces. We're tearing down the hierarchy of corporations. It's Corporate Purge Day.
Okay.
We can act and be whoever we want and do whatever we want.
But specifically what we would do to our corporate
coworkers, corporate entities, management.
Okay. So I'm not usually a killer. Usually.
You don't have to be. There's other things.
There's other things. True, but like if I were to do something to someone, I would want to do it to the point that they can't work anymore, right? So that they're not my boss or insert insert here. Logistically, I'm gonna just throw that out the window. How logistics happen? No idea.
Well, you gotta remember, you gotta protect yourself too in all of this. You've got to not
Um,
get taken out by other people.
I don't think people would want to take me out, to be honest.
You never
They want to
know.
take me out. They want to take me out on a date. They don't want to. They don't want to.
Oh, you're so innocent. Oh my god, mine's
I
gonna
know.
sound horrible.
I I don't know. I have no mean bone in my body in terms of like committing violent acts against people, but like I idealize it. I like think about it, and I'm like, but I don't
That's
think I
the
could
whole
actually
point.
execute it.
Obviously, we're not gonna do it.
Obviously, we're not gonna do it, but like I don't. It still feels bad. I'm gonna
You
have to
can
get real
also
evil
just,
with it.
you don't have to get evil with it, because right, one of the examples I've seen of this is someone who's in like customers, like they're a makeup artist and it's now corporate
Mhm.
purge day, so they get to act however they want to their clientele,
Oh.
so it doesn't have to be murder.
Okay. Um, I'd probably look like a freak show if I went into work. I'd do whatever the fuck I want. I'd either look like a freak show or just wear sweats and
That's the
not
start
care.
of your day.
That's the start of my day.
Yeah.
Um, I need to think about this
I was
more
about to
because
say,
you
would you
sprung
like
this
me to
on
dive
me.
into mine
Yes,
first?
you go first, and then it'll probably help me.
All right. I'm a little bit more violent than you are, let's be real. I don't really give a fuck. So violence and deviance, being a deviant, I don't know where I was trying to go with that word. I don't, it might be a word. I don't know. Is part of my love language. I love being a menace to society.
Yes.
All right. So, obviously, we're coming out in the comfiest shit possible, but we're blacked out because we want to be super sneaky. We're playlisting it up. No one gets to talk about it. No one gets to talk to me on corporate purge day because fuck people.
Okay.
I don't care. So, do you remember the fact that the place that we used to work has a bank in it? You didn't know that,
No.
did you?
No.
Well, it does. So, that's where I'm heading. Part numero uno. Because corporate purge day doesn't involve one entity in this situation, it involves multiple locations, obviously. When you work for a big company that has multiple locations.
Facts.
So, we're hitting the first one first. We're hitting the one with the bank first. We're gonna hit the
Okay.
bank. And I assume that is multiple people's assumption, especially in the economy nowadays. We're gonna take down the bank. Maybe we have a little team of people that we go take down the bank with.
And then split the profits or kill all the rest of them after they've already
Depends
stolen
on
the
how
money
this
and
got
then
set up. Because premeditation doesn't matter in Purge World. You can plan all
no.
this out for Purge Day. My husband is coming with me. Because again, facility
Yes.
safety no longer matters. My husband is coming
Mhm.
with me, and his way of life is coming with me.
He's he's your sharpshooter. He is your backup. He is your yes.
He's the one that gets to do all the dirty work for fun. Because he benefits at
Ah!
the end of this.
True.
I just get him onto the location, and then he can do whatever he wants. Right?
Yeah.
So we're going after the bank. There's not really much else at that facility that I really care about. There's no one that really irks me that I would want to take out. No, that's a lie. There's one person.
No.
There is one person at that facility that just needs to be taken out.
Is it? Do I know them?
You might. I've talked about this person
Okay.
on this podcast before. But we'll take out a few people along the way. We'll be super sneaky, but we're going after the money first. Because, yeah, you can settle your vendettas, but after the 24 hours, it's just a settled vendetta and a rotting corpse. Who really cares?
Who cares?
It doesn't get me anywhere. So I'm going after the money. The next thing, we're going to go to the other facility. Now this one's going to be a party. This one, we're going to start a fucking rave with the let's take down this entire thing. No one will be left in that adventure. Because they are all complacent in the bullshit they make people suffer through.
I think I know what location you're talking about. But there are multiple locations for that location. It's just
they
kind
all
of in a
get
general
taken.
area. All of them just wipe it out.
Okay. The Florida version of that location gets wiped out. There is no one left because they're all complacent and they need to be taken down to the bottom to rebuild. Everyone gets fired or everyone dies. There is no in between, and they will finally own up to all of their shit in the process. That is my...
They can't own up to it if they're dead, though.
Torture, my friend. There is a slow way to take people out. It doesn't have to be an insta-kill.
So how would you torture them?
That's what I have my husband for.
Oh,
that's all I have to say to that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to detail out everything and anything. My husband's mind is a twisted roller coaster.
That's fair.
My husband's mind is a twisted roller coaster. That's all I'm going to say. We're taking out everybody there. I don't care. Honestly, we've all mentioned I lack empathy. I don't care that they have families. I don't care. They fucked over too many people to get to continue to exist on a purge day. If I don't get in trouble for it, I'm going to make sure you pay for it. Because my sense of justice is unreal. And I can be violent when I want to be.
Can be.
I would like to preface this, again, this is a purge day, it's hypothetical. I don't actively think about these things.
Just today, right now, while recording, and about to post it on the internet. That's it.
Disclaimer to the internet, I will probably put like 3 in here. This is a hypothetical situation based on the movie The Purge. I do not actively think about this. You do not have to send crazy people after me. Or send protection to people I might be talking about. Like, let's just lay that groundwork. This is hypothetical nonsense. I have been obsessed with the Purge movies for way too long in my life, and I know that doesn't help my case here.
No, it does not.
But I have always wondered what, in a world, dystopian future where the Purge became a real thing, what I would do. And this is reality.
This is true.
So yeah, we're taking the one facility completely out. And they're gonna go rebuild their whole system because everyone's dirty there. But then, we're also going to make sure the government is its own corporate entity. So we're going to make sure everybody gets fucking wiped out in this situation. I will have my own little remote parties because obviously in 24 hours I can't get from here to where all of them are. But we'll start with here. Because here has badass fucking government.
Yes.
Here all of it's getting wiped out. No more. None of this BS. we are going to get rid of all of the stupid. This is going to be a political stance. I don't care because it is a medical procedure. We're going to get rid of all the stupid ass anti-abortion nonsense. If we can do that in 24 hours, which reality is we can't, but I would still try. I would burn the law and make it cease to exist. I don't fucking know. This is just random thoughts of what I would do with purge days.
All right,
The
to help you
logistics
out,
are non-existent, but
to help you out, because I don't really have anyone directly near me that I'd want to just. I think I would, in preparation, fly to DC and then do all the other dirty work for you.
there would be so many people in DC if a purge day really existed, like corporate or otherwise.
Yeah.
Like if a purge right now with the current state of the world.
I need to train myself.
But also, right, if I go away from the crazy murder shit, because let's be real, if we go more on the lighter side of life, every person that has ever been a jackass to me is going to hear everything I've ever thought about them, because I have no chance of getting fired when I do that.
That's fair.
Every person that has ever... Well, yeah, there's a few... They all still work for the company. No. I'm gonna find their ass. There's no pussyfoot in this shit. This is the purge.
I didn't know. It's like, what if they're in a different state? You can't locate them.
They're not. They're all here.
Okay, I know. All right, fine.
There's no pussyfooting this shit. They are being found. And potentially disarmed. Let's put it that way.
You could cut off their tongues so they never have to speak stupid shit ever again.
That's a long-term solution. I like the way you think. I finally will get to say everything I've ever needed to say, and I can let go of all of that shit. Because the problem with corporate America is everyone is petty as fuck. And I can't just walk in the door and tell you, fuck you, I'm done with your bullshit, you're an idiot, bye.
Yeah.
I couldn't even do that with Dragon Lady on the way out. I still had to be somewhat politically correct, and my god, would I love to just unload the absolute... You are fucked up in the head for doing this to anyone you've ever dealt with.
Mm-hmm.
Toxic situation that required therapy for most people. I've never said I'm a nice person.
No. I mean, you're nice to the people who are nice to you. So that's what matters. Respect is earned.
Genuinely don't care about coworkers enough that I wouldn't utilize a purge day.
That's fair. You care about me though, so you wouldn't kill me.
There's like 3 people in 10 years of being in this industry that I would actually try and not murder.
It would be, if anything, we would be your accomplices. For sure.
Because that's the thing, right? You gotta think, it's a purge day. There will be people coming in with weaponry to take out their leadership, to take out VPs, to take out people who control the money, steal the government's money. What if there is any, which there's really not. But I just, there will be other people. You have to fight back. So saying that you're just going to come into work and not... I mean, there will be the people that hide, obviously. That's kind of the whole gig with the elitists hide in their houses with their secure alarms and things like that.
Oh,
there will be people that hide. But with enough people to go after them, you could dismantle the entire corporate structure in about
Also, we're
a day.
engineers. We know how to make things that go boom.
Sure.
It takes a lot of prep work.
I mean,
but
Mythbusters taught people how to make things that go boom with household chemicals, so you don't even have to be an engineer to do that.
Facts. Yeah.
Someone set one off in the dorm rooms at my school. How to know you went to a nerd school? Someone tried to replicate Mythbusters in the dorms.
I love how they always have the do not do this at home.
People still do. But
Yeah.
again, like I said, this is all hypothetical nonsense based on the Purge movies. What I would do. Anyone who has seen those movies absolutely has thought what they would do if this were a real thing. And honestly, in today's day and age, it very well might become a real thing. I mean, that or fucking Handmaid's Tale, so who knows?
I'm leaning more towards Handmaid's Tale, but yeah. I think I've come to my conclusion.
There's still riots in that movie, so that show, same concept.
Yeah, that's true. But you've helped me determine what I would do.
Okay, let me have it.
I don't want to kill people. I just want to seriously maim them. So yeah, I would cut off their tongue.
Sadistic motherfucker.
I would cut off their tongue. Maybe cut off some of their extremities too.
I was gonna say, that's not
mainly
seriously maiming them. That's healable.
They won't ever be able to talk again.
Sure.
Talk well.
Hunger Games style.
Yeah.
I feel like there's more that needs to be participating in that, though, because that's not slow enough to be
You'd go into more
truly
sadistic.
Impactful.
cut off their big toes. They can't balance anymore. Cut off their dominant hand. Maybe take out an eyeball, both eyeballs. Scoop them out.
You would have to take out all of their senses to truly incapacitate them, in my opinion.
Tongue would take out the taste and smell. Really,
smell is the only one that I think you could probably leave, right? Because in today's day and age with digital communication, tongue, you could just use a talk to text. Who cares? Like, right. Here's what I'm trying to say. Or like an AI bot or something. I don't know. Hook an AI to your brain.
What if we remove their jaw?
They still have the capability to talk. Yeah, I guess
talk to text. Okay.
Or text to talk. That's what I mean.
Yeah, that one.
That's also like a slow burn, right? That would be something that if you were slowly doing it over time. I watch too much Bones. Jesus fuck.
I listen to a lot of true crime.
And like I Saw that Saw would become my purge. Like I would just create puzzles for people. Let's be real here. I've been obsessed with horror movies my entire life.
Oh my god, I know what to do.
What?
Give them an insane amount of psychedelics.
See, that would be fun.
That would be hilarious.
That would be too much fun.
But they would have ego death. They would and that's, I think I would do the torturing while they're tripping on psychedelics.
But then that's fun torture. Is that a thing? Fun torture?
Well, I mean, fun for me. I don't think it would be fun for them because then they could have a bad trip, right? Because that's a thing.
Well, you can't control if someone has a bad trip.
Why would anyone have a good trip if I'm cutting off their tongue at the same time?
Some people like pain.
Oh. Don't at me like that.
Let's be real. For some people, that's a kinky thing.
Yeah, but I don't think that would be the case for a lot of engineers.
You never know.
I know.
Some people are, and there's more than engineers that work for the company. Yes, that is our circle, right? But that doesn't mean you've never run into people who aren't engineers.
That's true. I would take out all of HR, probably.
Valid.
Yeah.
Valid. I feel like a lot of people would I'm trying to go with things that people won't do. Like the money thing, obviously. People are going to go for money. If
I didn't know
available,
that. Yeah, fuck it. Take it.
If there's money available at the location you're going after, you're going to go take it. Because it's 24 hours. It'll last you a lifetime if you go steal $1 million. If you're successful at stealing $1 million, whatever it is, I don't know. So that's pretty normal, but I try to go with
Would you?
unique to me situations. However, I'm not
Well,
entirely sure taking out the other facility is unique to me. I feel like a lot of people have
no.
grudges against that facility.
Yeah.
That's just me, though, thinking.
I, yeah. I'm trying to like corporate espionage. You could do that on Purge Day. Do I
You
want to?
could.
Not really. I don't really care enough. But yeah, there's that.
Trying to think of things that would lead to long-term impact, right? You take out a VP, there's just a new dickhead gonna replace them eventually.
Yeah.
But you take out an entire bad apple group, they have to rebuild. It might not be a good rebuild, but then you just go do it again the next Purge Day.
True.
Or other
You're
people will at that point if you're not the one dealing with them.
gonna break everybody's kneecaps.
The
Make them
concept of
crippled.
having a corporate Purge Day would, in fact, create better
So much
people
chaos.
after.
Do you? I'm sorry. What?
Oh, I'm fully with this. I might have never mentioned this to you, but I fully believe in the concept of the purge. I'm gonna sound like a Looney Tune here.
You are a Looney Tune, but it's okay. We love it. We love it. Let's
The
go.
concept that giving people 24 hours to do whatever the fuck they want, to then just live their lives for the next year and do it again. If I had 24 hours to do whatever the fuck I wanted, I would be fine the rest of the year because a lot of my tension is built up on the fact that I can't do what the fuck I want.
Fair. Fair.
We can't
Okay, but
take out the government even though they're a bunch of shitbags that just ban TikTok for no fucking reason in a fucking aid relief package. But if we could, a lot
they
of
always do that.
a lot of the strife would go away in this country, in my opinion. If we could take out the government as a cohesive group, because that is the problem. We could easily do that if we could band together as humans, but we can't. So that's where the purge
you're about
concept
to
comes
start
in.
a coup. You sound like you're about to start a
This
coup.
is just thought. I think about these. I'm not about to do shit.
I know.
I would
I mean, you're
love
not
to
wrong.
overtake. I've said this on a previous episode. I think I put this out on TikTok and I was expecting it to piss people off. In one of my episodes, I literally said the working force should revolt. I don't have the answers how to logistically do that without people, losing their jobs, unless we all band together. We would all have to, in non-unionized industries, we would all have to band together and strike ourselves. If they've got no one doing the work, those VPs can't do shit. It's similar to all of these like company strikes that have come out since the Kellogg's dude did what he did and said people should just eat cereal for dinner. Fuck you too, dude. Now people are boycotting Kellogg's and it's gotten bigger and bigger. The snack industry is coming together and banding together because of their fear of something like Ozempic. Because of the mind shift changes that happen with the peptides, like tirzepatide and the GLP-1s, the snack industry is terrified of that.
Good.
They are losing. We are getting closer and closer. We as a society just need to band together. And that's where the purge concept, in my opinion, actually benefits society.
Yeah, the problem is we have too many butt lickers or boot lickers.
I was gonna go with
There's too many
but
I can't word. Boot lickers, butt lickers, I don't know. Brown nose people, we have too many of them. That literally just will do that in order to climb the corporate ladder. So like we would have to be able to motivate them. But if someone else
takes out their corporate ladder, there's nothing for them to climb.
Fair.
Because more than likely, that corporate ladder that someone's kissing ass to has pissed off a larger amount of people than the people that kiss their ass. Not always, but more than likely. So
or we could take out their limbs so they can't climb the corporate ladder.
You put a purge day in, you take out the whole ladder.
No, don't take out the ladder. Just take out the limbs.
More people are likely to take out the ladder. Let's be real.
I
The
know.
the
I know.
higher up you are, the more likely you are to be taken out.
Ooh, our CEO better watch himself.
Any CEO, really. Unless
Fact.
they're beloved,
Jeff
like.
Jeff Bezos better watch out. All of his Amazon workers are gonna go. I'm gonna kill you, man.
Okay, you're making
Yeah.
this a little too literal. This is a hypothetical.
It is a hypothetical. I know.
If a purge day were to exist, right? And this is my weird, twisted, fucked up brain, man. I think a purge day would help society get all of their shit out for 24 hours and then come back and be normal people. We are all stressed up rage machines.
The problem with that is that there would be a lot of cleanup. A lot
Jobs.
of cleanup. Yeah, it would create jobs. And it would fix overpopulation. Oh my god. Double whammy.
Granted, you still have people who think we don't have an overpopulation problem and then we need to continue to produce humans. So, is there an overpopulation problem? No. But because we live in a capitalist society, that's what as people retire, you got to bring more people into the workforce. And if you don't have workers in the workforce because no one's having kids, cycle. Idiots.
Fair assumption, but we need to actually have good education in order to get there, but whatever. It's fine. Semantics.
Purge day, in my opinion.
Purge day.
would help society.
Do you think if it was like a purge day, but there were restrictions, it would still...
There were restrictions on the purge day. You couldn't use certain weaponry, and there were certain people that were off limits. But in our case, I don't think certain people should be off limits. If you can hack into their house, you can hack into their house.
Fair.
So, and in the Purge movies, if I remember correctly, it's been a minute since I've watched some of the early ones, people from all over the world would come to the States to participate in the Purge, to get their rage out, and then jump back home.
Oh my goodness.
So
that would be a problem.
Economy boost.
That one. Economy boost.
Tourism. It's tourism. People are coming in. People are staying. People do whatever the fuck they want to do and then go home. It's tourism. Yearly tourism. Predictable income.
I wonder if there would be like a safe place to go. Like, if there was a safe place to go during the Purge, where would that be?
I mean, there are safe places in the movies. There are people that trick out their houses with security alarms and things that go boom and shit like that.
Yes, I know that.
But also, in the Purge concept, it wasn't a worldwide thing. It was only in the States.
Okay.
So, if you really didn't want to participate, you could just leave the country for a week.
That's true. And then come back to your house. And
it might be looted if you don't have a security system, but...
Yeah.
I mean, the world is basically purged after any major natural disaster. Everything gets looted. Everyone goes crazy. There's no power grid. At least there's a power grid in the purge. Well, until someone takes it out. Because likely someone takes it out to go do nefarious shit. So.
Fair.
I think the purge is good for society. Let out your rage and get it over with. Legally.
I do not condone this message.
The purge doesn't exist. There is no message to condone.
I just don't agree that it might help you.
I would rather see the purge than Handmaid's Tale, personally speaking. Both are violent as fuck.
Facts, actually. Yeah. But I don't know if I could say that it would benefit society if we had a purge. I think it would benefit you, yeah. It could have benefits in general, yes,
I
but
think
an
we would have.
overall,
I personally think we'd have less mess because they got 1 day a year to go fucking do it.
what if it was like an
There's no
every
pent
five
up
years?
rage.
I think every 5 years would be fine.
Nah.
Every year, like there's gonna be so much damage. It'll take like a whole year to fix all of that. And then to do it all
Okay,
again,
to fix
I
that
don't know.
problem, you make everyone who wants to participate be in a certain scenario, like in a certain area, right? A certain state or something. I don't know.
Mm, I'm still not convinced.
Again, I mean, the world's going to shit anyways. What damage do we don't fix our damage as it is? Let's be real. Look at our
But
interstates. Look at areas that have been hit by major national disasters. They can't get the funding to fix their houses, and insurance is out the fucking wazoo. We don't fix that shit anyway. So what difference does it make?
I think that we would just end up all destroying each other.
Good.
If it's like every fucking year and then like
Darwinism.
we'll never be able to fix. She said it, not me.
The funny thing is this conversation wouldn't be controversial on our side of the internet. They would probably agree with me.
I know. Yeah. But we're not trying to inspire anyone, okay? We're not inspiring. It was just a hypothetical.
The thought already exists. Those movies have existed for
I know.
years. I am sure people are. Mark my words.
Oh no.
I am saying it now in April of 2024. In November of 2024, if a certain candidate wins, there will be a purge.
Or a riot or something along the lines. I feel like it could still go either way. Like there could be a purge for either candidate. So
I'm thinking more if a certain candidate doesn't win, more likely, but
yeah. That's fair. Fair assessment. Just a repeat.
Because one side's a little bit more violent than the other. Just reality.
Facts.
Which is funny about people assuming that I'm not extremely out of nowhere when it comes to my politics. But
like I think you're on a whole different spectrum.
People hate saying people say centrists are stupid, but I'm a centrist. I have my own opinions. I don't trust anybody else's opinions. I have my opinions and they are what they are. That's I don't have any loyalty to either side. That's the reality. That's the fair. Greatness about the purge is I have no loyalty to anybody other than a very select few of people. I don't give a shit.
Kill them all.
You come after my goal, I'm gonna take you out. My husband has called it the you're with me or against me mentality. And we both have it lately. And we will take out anyone who gets in our way at this point. Not literally. Please don't take that literally.
But... Oh my god.
That is a figurative piece. All of this is hypothetical.
Everything
unless
that we're talking about is hypothetical.
Existed, then it might not be so hypothetical anymore.
In a parallel universe.
Perpendicular universe. How about that? I know that doesn't actually exist. I was just being a smart ass.
That would mean they merge.
Exactly. I want to keep existing in this universe, but I want the purge to exist. So the purge has merged into my universe.
Now, if you could do it like Rick and Morty style, where you could just jump to a parallel universe that does have the purge and
You
do
mean
that, and
Purge
then come
Planet
back to
that
this
literally
universe.
existed in Rick and Morty?
Yes, I might have missed that episode. So
There is literally
if
a planet.
if you sure, okay, so if you go to the Rick and Morty planet for the purge once a year, and that's like your vacation or like one of your vacations, and then you came back to this, do you think that would
No, because
help you?
it's not just about being violent. It's about it's my sense of justice. I want to
permanently taking out.
Yes.
Make permanent change.
Yes. It's my sense of justice. Okay. Reality.
That's fair.
We've speculated on my strong neurospiciness more than once. This is proof of it. My sense of justice is fucked up.
And y'all thought I was the crazy one.
I refused to work for Dragon Lady so long as Tweedledum was not fired. I wanted him fired. I will fully admit it. Legally, I wanted him fired. That's because that was all I could do. But had I had an option to do other things, well, sure. At minimum,
keep it vague.
Being fired was the minimum. I was not going to be satisfied until he was. Truthfully, I wasn't going to be satisfied until they both were.
Yeah, but it's so hard to get Dragon Lady fired.
There is literally a laundry list of things. Not just from us. I've gathered it from other people, too.
I know. We have to, again, all band together in order to...
Corporate Purge Day. Like I said. Corporate Purge Day. It would satisfy my sense of... Just a Purge Day in general would satisfy my sense of justice, because then I could take some other fuckwads out, too.
Yeah.
And permanently change that structure. Because, right? If we entered a Purge Day in our current... Like, tomorrow was Purge Day.
Oh, Jesus, I'm not ready, but okay.
Oh, I already said it. If tomorrow was Purge Day, I would take out the government. A lot of people would, honestly. I think both sides can agree on that.
Yes.
That's not a new concept. That's why they want to ban TikTok to begin with.
I would like to be prepped for Purge Day. If Corporate Purge Day happened tomorrow, I would be the one hiding. Because I'm not prepared at all, by any means.
Yeah, I know you're not.
I'd get the fuck out of the country. If I had time to prepare, though, then I'd be...
Oh, you bet your ass. No, I said comfy, but I might go full cosplay and just be a Looney Tune. That's a debate.
That's what yeah. I would go either way. It just depends on my mood, to be honest.
Because, like, all the masks and stuff in the Purge are also really fun. Ooh, Purge cosplay. Ooh.
Ooh! I just got a new idea.
I did just get a new idea. But I already have so many in that timeline. Because I would do it in October, but there's so many. Maybe next year. I have so many, and I don't want to give up any of them.
Oh my god.
Because, like, I'm doing a Beetlejuice, and Beetlejuice has to be in line with the new movie. Duh.
Yes. Duh.
But then there's, like, Chance from Horror Nights, and that's a Horror Nights unique character. So I have to do it during Horror Nights season. Duh. Anyways.
But what about, like, Halloween?
There's other ones.
Okay.
There's other ones. I mean, it's all of September and October. I got plenty. They're all planned out. I just don't remember what they all are. I'm too focused on freaking the Mad Hatter and Hades right now.
Oh, goodness, yeah. I'm so interested to see, like, what your Hades is going to look like.
I have no idea. I mean, I have the wig, and I'm going to do shit to it, but I don't know what I'm doing yet.
Yeah. So, what are you doing with all your wigs? Now that you have like a ton.
They have a hanger that they all go on thus far. It's like a multi-layered hanger.
Oh,
I could
nice.
beat people with my wigs. That thing's
Did you
heavy.
say beat? Did you just say beat people with your wig?
We're talking about the purge. I could suffocate people with some of my wigs. They're so long. That'd be fun.
I just put a bunch of frozen butter in a long sock and swing that around.
I could run around as Fizz. That's appropriate.
That is appropriate. That is very appropriate.
That'd be fun. Corporate Purge Day. Show up as Fizz.
Yeah.
Run around with. Well, actually, that's not appropriate because Fizz is very bad in combat. There's literally an entire episode dedicated to how bad Fizz is in combat.
Oh, that's funny. I think I would just dress up in like all black.
It would be
trying
Blitz.
try to blend into my background.
I can do Blitz. That's like, I'd be red, but you know, all black.
Oh my god, yeah, you'd be a target.
Nah. I mean, half the outfits in the actual Purge movies are like neon, with like neon face masks and shit. So,
damn.
Like, there's literally a car that's lit up in like Christmas lights in those movies.
That just sounds stupid.
It's all at
That's
night.
putting a target on your back. That's putting a target at your back.
I mean, again, usually the concept of the purge is to settle a vendetta. Some people will just go wild to go wild, but the concept is usually settling a vendetta or getting something you want you legally couldn't acquire normally.
Mm-hmm.
So,
money.
If you don't have people you've pissed off, you don't really have targets on your back. You just get to go after the ones that piss you off.
And that's what I'm saying. No one would go against me.
Unless you run into a psycho
I'm nice
fucker.
to everyone. Sure, and it's a random psycho fucker, and then sure. But I'm saying no one would directly have a target on my back. Everybody loves me.
That you know of.
That I know of.
Pretty sure quite a few of those YouTube commenters would want to come after you.
Would try to go, yeah, they don't know where I am, so joke's on them.
You realize you've mentioned multiple times where you're at in this podcast. It's not that hard to find.
It doesn't matter. It's a huge fucking place. There's so many people here.
Again, anyone savvy enough, it's pretty easy to find. Housing records.
All right, don't try to encourage them. Don't encourage them.
I'm just saying, if you wanted to, you could.
You're gonna get the trolls to dox me. Stop it.
If you wanted to, you could.
Yeah. I think I would try to get my very software smart friend to help me out with some definite fuckery, at least.
Remote fuckery?
Side of things. Remote fuckery, for sure.
See, the problem with remote fuckery, though, is it tends to cross bounds of where the purge would exist, right? If you hacked into the internet, per se, and took out the whole infrastructure online, you are crossing legal boundaries that you are no longer protected.
Correct. I'm talking more of just central.
You'd have to target specific company infrastructures or specific intranets rather than the internet to be able to take out something from a remote situation.
I'm trying to think which large corporation would I want to take out.
Amazon.
No, I like Amazon. I don't like Jeff Bezos, but I like Amazon.
Take Amazon out.
So I would take Jeff Bezos out.
Actually, no. I would take out the Musk umbrella. Because he's doing some scary ass shit that I don't know that I want Neuralink getting integrated into the world.
That's yes.
I like his attitude of the I don't give a fuck, I'm not pandering to the community, not like I like that attitude, but Neuralink is scary to unleash on society. AI is scary to unleash on society, let's be real.
Yeah, and we have too many old fuckers in government to honestly understand all the repercussions. So let's wait until we have, I don't know,
You
knowledgeable
could
people. What?
control all of the Teslas and cause chaos without ever leaving your computer.
Oh my god! Everyone who owns a Tesla. Do you know how many people here own a Tesla?
A lot.
Fuck ton. Fuck ton.
A lot of people in general own Teslas. I mean, really, you could control any remotely operated car. Any autonomous vehicle really can be hacked if you know what you're doing. Maybe I just become a hacker
I don't
in
know
the
what I'm doing.
Purge. Remote violence. Granted, to do that, you have to have a power infrastructure. If your power infrastructure goes out, how the fuck you powering
You're
that
fucked.
thing?
You would need to have.
You would have to start
a
illegal
shit ton of
activity before the
generators.
Purge and not get caught.
Yeah, that's the only way.
Because there's no way you're setting up for that in 24 hours. You would have to start.
I think we're getting into the logistics now.
Absolutely. But that's the fun. What are you doing? How would you do it? It's all hypothetical. It's not like
it is very hypothetical. I feel like I'm too uneducated in the sense of this aspect that we're talking about.
You're not a sadistic motherfucker that thinks about how to take over the world. You didn't grow up watching Pinky and the Brain?
No. If anything, like, just I know how to commit murder and not get caught. That's all I can really do.
So missed my joke.
What was your joke? Pinky and the Brain?
What are we gonna do tonight, Brain? Try and take over the world. Same thing we do every night, Pinky.
Oh, am I Pinky?
Oh my god. You've never seen Pinky and the Brain, have you?
No, I haven't!
Oh my god.
That's why it's going over
my head. Again, there were signs. My ability to reference random pop culture things that pretty much no one else knows about. There were signs. Okay, Pinky and the Brain was actually pretty popular, so I can't really say that that's super niche, but Narf.
Again, I'm younger than you. Just remember that.
I'm trying, but okay, so you know what? Marvin the Martian, Looney Tunes, they're all tied together. Animaniacs.
I barely watched them because I could only find them on certain channels at certain times of the day, and it just happened to be an inconvenient time. Couldn't watch that. You just never found it.
You've never seen Space Jam?
No.
Oh my god.
Like, it was never available to me.
Okay, this might just me being like I like to consume media thing. I don't know. It hurts me. Anyways. I like to take over the world. Let's people say
don't we all?
I'm too smart for my own good. If I really wanted, that's why I also say it's hypothetical. If I really wanted to do all this shit, I probably would.
Yeah.
And get away with it. Let's be real.
Yeah. Just the consequences outweigh the pros. So you're like,
yeah, but if it was Purge Day, there is no consequences. Therefore,
that
hypothetical.
Exactly. Hypothetical.
The government approved a Purge Day, then we get to have fun. I feel like, okay, here's a different logistical conversation. The world is heading towards Handmaid's Tale, but the Purge is what comes after Gilead's downfall.
The
Purge is the creation of taking down Gilead. Because Gilead wasn't the entirety of the United States. It was a small component. So not all of the United States was involved in the creation of Gilead. They just took down the government. So if you have to dismantle Gilead, you have to dismantle the government again, which therefore could create the founding fathers, that is the concept of the purge.
Okay. I won't deny that could happen. That could be a possibility. And it would logically make sense.
You raged people, and now you have
honestly, I think that's more likely to happen than just going straight to the purge, to be honest. I think we'd have to swing so far one way that we'd want to swing a whole lot of the other way, you know?
I mean, Gilead in and of itself is kind of a purge, right? They go out and hang people in the square as an example of what not to do inside their country.
Yeah.
So they're killing people anyways.
Yeah, but then the purge is the people in charge, not the government.
Give or take.
And the people have the freedom to do what the fuck they want.
Yeah, but
I mean, the government does technically also have the freedom to do what the fuck they want as individuals, but
the purge is government controlled. It's a government entity that you can either choose to participate in or not, like taxes.
Like taxes. I think we should trade out taxes
for the purge. I agree. Keep my money.
Let's do that.
I'll spend all my tax money on gearing up for the purge.
Weaponry and shit, yeah.
Who cares about funding the government? I want to fund the purge.
These are going to be great clips.
I'm not sure we're going to be able to post some of these clips. I'm going to have to be very careful with what ones I choose to not get us banned.
You'll literally have to put a disclaimer, a visual disclaimer on all of the clips.
I'm going to put a visual cut in, like, this is hypothetical. We're talking about, like...
Hypothetical.
I might use the purge noise in the background just to be an asshole, though. Just for fun. Because there is a very specific siren that goes with the purge movies.
Yeah. Send it.
I don't know. I would rather... I have a lot of weird theories about the world, where the world's going. I've also said that we're going to end up in Ready Player One. But again, being in a virtual world that allows you to go through a bunch of tomfoolery and be a menace to society... Same concept. They escape their real lives into the Oasis in Ready Player One, where they can be anyone and everyone they want to be.
Right.
And there's not really government control in the Oasis. So you can kill people and they just regen, they just lose all their shit. But you get your violent act out of the way.
Isn't this just the metaverse? This is the same thing with me playing GTA 5. I gotta do all the illegal shit that I can't do in real life. It's great.
Better.
But better
because
it's
Ready Player One, they have like
more simulation,
tactile suits and things like that.
Yeah, so, you're right.
I mean, yes, there are pay wages.
Do you think that's where the metaverse can go to?
It could. Absolutely. That's the concept of the metaverse, is basically the Oasis from Ready Player One. As it builds, I mean, people are buying property inside the metaverse as it stands right now, and buying like expensive photographs. People are holding concerts inside of the metaverse right now. You can go sit floor at a basketball game with your headset on, sitting at home in your bathtub. Like, that is... But the other component to the Oasiverse, I just combined. The Oasis that the metaverse is currently missing is the incorporation of like a live community game, right? You're being able to walk around, but you're then able to hop over to this other world inside and play. There's a game specifically in that movie. I can't think of it, but like you can hop live into your favorite games too. Mm-hmm. As you are now inside your favorite games hunting for things.
Yeah, we would just have to... our technology is not there yet to be able to actually physically feel like we are in a different universe, you know?
Yeah.
We would have to touch into all of our human
Because like
senses. And
MetaQuest 3 right
I
now
think,
has hand trackers, right? So if you and we
yeah.
have they're clunky, but we do have VR treadmills already. So that you can rotate around
Mhm.
and walk and actually move through. Because the problem right now is space limitations when it comes to VR worlds.
Right.
You can't go run your way through anywhere when you're in your living room. But with a
Right.
VR treadmill, you're not going anywhere. You can move around and do all of that.
So I don't know much about the Neuralink.
Neuralink's a completely different
But
concept.
okay.
Neuro-
So I would think that the only way that we can really hack into our central nervous system to be able to feel all of those things would be to have some kind of
I disagree.
chip.
I think you can do it with sensors and tactical, right? The sensor, you're feeding it back to
That
your.
just gets expensive too. All of it's
I mean,
expensive, but
that
yeah.
literally is a concept in the movie and the book, right? There's different.
Mhm.
I mean, look at all the ads on social media now. One of the major concepts in Ready Player One is big corporations trying to put ad space in the middle of. So if you don't have a heavy wage that you can spend money to get rid of ads or get the tactile suits or get a specific headset to log in, different players are at different levels. And yes, you can grind it out, similar to a video game. You can grind it out and win a bunch of stuff, or you can
Mhm.
pay to play.
You're right.
However, going back to the original thing, being inside a virtual world where you can just take someone out because you're mad at them and take away all their shit, like literally loot all their shit, you've now gotten that rage component out without physically harming someone. So that concept is a little bit better than the purge concept because you can go loot.
A little bit
You can
better.
go loot people.
Yeah, I know. But it only affects them in that digital universe and not in the physical
Correct.
universe.
Until
So
you
they
piss
would
off a big
still,
corporation that's going to come after you in real life. Yes.
true. But I think you would, so you still wouldn't really be, yeah, you'd have like vengeance against your enemies, but like it wouldn't be any permanent damage to what
Depends, right?
the
Because you
structure is
can
in the
loot
physical
them.
world.
All that money they spent on stuff that they already have. You gain all of the stuff that you just got from. So you now have this mental. If everyone's living in this virtual world, who cares what your currency on the outside is?
Oh, so you're saying like even like corporate is in this
Yeah,
virtual world.
everything. Schools were inside this
Oh,
virtual
yeah.
world.
Fair.
Corporations were inside this virtual world. People were going to work inside this virtual world. Debt collectors were literally inside this
Oh
virtual
God.
world. And
That's
you have to
hilarious.
work off your debt in a bad world that just is like physical labor. You
Yeah.
get locked into your headset for 12 hours a day to work off your debt or whatever.
What if you just like combine Squid Games with that?
I mean, they kind of do, in a way.
But like more extreme, you know?
How do you get more extreme than Squid Games? Like, that game's not. You come
Well,
in, you
like
may
you
never
wouldn't be able to
leave.
you that's what I'm saying. Like you would have to be strapped into the digital universe and you wouldn't be able to leave to your physical universe until
That's what they basically did. They kidnapped the physical and force you to work in the virtual. You are now stuck in this debt collecting building that
Are we talking
physically,
about Ready Player One now?
yeah. So in Ready Player One,
Okay, so
physically,
I haven't read it yet. It's on my to-dos.
um,
Um
in the debt collecting concept, which is what we were talking about, they will come take you physically outside of the virtual world and bring you to the debt collect facility or whatever that you are now a slave to and cannot leave. There are people that then take you to your pod to do your work for the day to work off your debt. The reality is you're never going to be able to do that because of the way it works. It's a
Right.
commentary on debt in general and the American system, but they do that. However, my point being,
Yeah, but the consequences for Squid Games is that you die. So like,
the consequence in this case is you never end up leaving because you can never pay off your debt.
okay,
You're stuck
which one's
working.
worse?
And when you're right, you have no actual free time in the Oasis at that point. You're just working it off. You don't actually get to go back
Mhm.
and do your regular activities inside the Oasis. You're just on that one planet. You can no longer leave and hop anywhere else.
Yeah.
So not only has the Oasis been ruined, but your physical life, you're now stuck in this debt collecting facility where you get the bare minimum. Kind of like jail. Debtor's
Fun.
jail.
Okay. Debtor jail.
So,
Okay.
in a reality, it would be better if we all moved virtual, but, some people are resistant to even that. I think violence rates, again, my weird twisted brain fully believes that violent rates would go down if something like the Purge or some outlet to take out rage, whether it's the Purge or VR world where no one exists in the physical anymore, that people can take it out on. Because I think a lot of, again, this is my weird psychological, I observe people in my own weird way.
This is fully on you.
My own hypothetical thoughts.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people get to the point that they create these crazy scenarios like mass shootings and things like that because they are not allowed in today's society to express whatever feelings that they're feeling, whether it's because they were taught not to, whether because it seemed rude, whether people are just obsessed with perfectionism and being a part of the mold, that it creates rage machines, in my opinion.
So if you let the rage out, you would think that it would help those individuals?
Yes. Legally.
I
They
legally. So
it doesn't help anyone if you just let it out and now you have to go sit in that you're paying the consequences. I'm not saying
no,
don't have consequences,
yeah.
but if you had a legal way to do it all of the time without repercussions, right? Without getting fired, because a lot of people don't do it because of the repercussions, right? And then they
That's
end
why
up
we have smash
losing
rooms.
themselves.
This is true, but this is why we have smash rooms where you can pay to literally smash things.
I mean, this is literally why I box.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. I have boxed through meetings I know will piss me off. There are currently ways to be able to take some of that stuff out, but some of that stuff's not accessible to people.
True. Or they just don't know how to actually handle it.
Or they don't.
Or have the proper coping.
Yes. But we have
yes.
a country full of people who don't have proper coping mechanisms, in my opinion.
Facts. Facts.
It is my opinion. It is an opinion.
It's a fact.
It's an opinion. That's why I was like, you're saying facts after this? It is an opinion. It is my opinion that we
for me,
are full of people that don't know how to properly
your opinion.
cope with things.
Your opinion. I think it's fact.
I am notoriously terrible for not coping well with things, so I'm looping myself into this.
Oh, same. But, at least we're learning and actively trying to find better coping mechanisms.
I personally would love a rage machine. I would love for people to just to be able to get out my sense of justice. And I think a lot of people would agree with me.
In a legal manner where there is no consequences, yes.
That's what I mean. In a legal manner, I'm not gonna...
Yes. No, I know.
I'm not gonna do anything. Not gonna do anything. Not going to do anything.
Unless you can get pardoned for it, but yeah.
I mean, even then you're taking a risk. You have to rely on someone else to do it for you. Again, I would like it to be fully legal.
Yes.
Purge. I don't know. That's just my concept on what would you do if the purge existed? Because I know a lot of, right, not as common as like schools and things like that, but There are probably a lot of wronged employees that have done extreme things. I don't know this. I'm just speaking out of my ass. I'll be fully honest. I don't know that
What,
there's
like,
a
are we
statistic.
talking about like whistleblowers?
No, I'm talking about people who got so fucked over by the companies that they worked for that by the time that they left, they wanted to turn around and take out everybody that ever wronged them.
Well,
And
no, we
some
have
do that.
we yeah, yeah, we have examples of that even at our own company where that's happened. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think that's an abnormal thing. I think that is a very real
No.
thing that people are put to their wits' end and they cannot take it anymore. But socially speaking, they're not supposed to do anything about it. And that is, in my opinion, I am not a therapist or a psychologist or a psychiatrist of any kind. This is my own personal opinion. That is unhealthy as fuck for people to constantly live in and day out.
Yes. I don't argue with that. That's yes.
It does create a point where people will go mad. It's literally the
When they
definition
snap.
of insanity. You do the same thing
Well,
expecting different results.
that's why we have a whole TV show just based off of women who murder people. It's called Snapped.
I mean, there's a lot of TV shows about people who snapped, so that's not just
Yeah.
one. There's why
No,
is
there's just like so
society
much content.
why is society so fascinated with serial killers?
Because we all want to be serial killers.
We're vicariously living through other people because it's not legal and we know that. Right and wrong exists. There's a lot of gray in some people's definitions of right and wrong, including my own. um, but if it were the legal aspect of things is what stops a lot of people from doing things that they want to do or the repercussion of getting fired. And I think if people had the opportunity, maybe a non-violent corporate purge day, I don't know. I don't think it would work as well if it was non-violent because there are some people I would like to just deck. I don't necessarily have the will to take them out entirely, but I would like to break my hand
Punch them in the.
punching them.
Yeah, I just want to stab someone in the nuts.
Because the other thing about the purge
I
is
just have.
no medical services are available for the entire 24 hours. So you're on your own if you fuck something up.
Yeah, just stab him in the balls.
I don't know.
Make them eunuchs.
Again, this is all hypothetical nonsense. It's just, I
Is it
personally
so?
think that society would be better off if we had an outlet to rage against everybody and anyone, right? We, at this point, it has been proven we have no direct connection to our government and they don't give a fuck what we think.
Yeah, no. So it would essentially just, we would be able to take out our own karma on other people. Like
Exactly.
we would be in charge of karma instead of it being a wispy thing that just happened.
No, you would be in charge of getting justice where justice is deserved.
Yes.
I
And you wouldn't necessarily need money to get justice.
not necessarily.
You know, because like sometimes people in this world, I feel like right now, in order for you to get the justice that you want, you need to have money to pay a lawyer, to pay something, like in order to get the justice you deserve.
And
And
even
it
then,
takes
it's
time,
debatable.
and it's not, and that's debatable. It's not guaranteed, and then yeah. This way, it's instant justice, instant gratification.
We do live in a society of instant gratification. I don't know. Maybe I've been married to my husband too long.
Yep, time for a divorce. Too
Nah,
long.
I kind of like, not gonna lie, I do enjoy who he's kind of, not that he's shaped my personality, but he has opened my perspective a lot. And that's why I think people should interact with people of different opinions and it shouldn't just be cancel culture wars and social justice warriors. I am open to
Mhm.
hearing valid conversation when it, like, we talked about this at the beginning of the episode. I am open to hearing valid conversation. If you're just going to be a jackass, though, I will be one back.
Yes. And valid also means like you got statistics behind you, man. You got actual proof.
Yes and no, because
or
some of
even
this,
just like first person experience.
a lot of this is
still works for me
very up in like a lot of the conversation going on in just the space in general right now is very fluid, right? There's not necessarily statistics behind it. It is very opinionated, very just, hi, this is my opinion. And that's what opinions have ceased to exist, and why purges need to exist.
Not because she said it, folks. She said it.
That is the worst way of wording that I could have possibly gone with. But no one can have
that one. You should clip.
No one can just have candid conversation and differing opinions anymore. My husband and I are very different people, but we debate topics like no other. Like, we just go back and forth. Sometimes we do it just to piss each other off. Like, that's just how we function. But I wish more people could do that, because I don't feel like in a workplace, right? Going back to, we're engineers in a corporate workplace. In a workplace, I can't have that debate with people. It's their way or no way, especially if they're higher than me. I like having that candid conversation, and that doesn't really exist anymore. And people are going to come in and argue me and say, everyone, good for you. If you work for a company that people actually do want to hear your opinion, good for you. That's not the norm. And there's plenty of people out there talking about it. So it's not just my offhanded opinion at this point. It is reality that no one wants to hear your opinion at work. They want you to be a corporate drone and stay in line. They want you to do what you're told and not question the norm, despite how many times they tell you they want you to.
You have to be the yes man. You have to bend over and get fucked.
Pretty much. Which is, again, purge days should exist. Because I would like to put people in their place. Give them a taste of their own medicine. Yes, I started this off a little bit more violent than I really intended it to be. Because realistically speaking, you said the right words. I have my husband with me. That's his arena. The violence is his arena. I can be violent, but in my own twisted, sadistic way.
You're more of like the
psychological
thinking
violence.
It through violence.
No.
Psychological violence.
I am psychological violence.
I can. Right, I know, but he's the one who could like physically execute.
Yes, I am psychological violence. I will torment the shit out of you. And I will pull every string along the way. But he is too. Oh my God. My husband could be a cult leader. Let's be real. He easily could create a cult saying the dumbest shit on the face of the planet. That is how charismatic and just psychologically mindfuckery my husband can be.
He won't believe in it. He won't believe in it, but he'll just do it for shits and giggles. Yes.
I've told him this, so this is a new conversation. I've literally told him, my God, your ability, like, if you wanted to, you could be a cult leader.
Yeah. If that ain't ego, I don't know what is.
But that man would survive perfectly in a world where a purge existed. I would do great in a world where a purge existed. It really just, I would love to see some variation of the purge. Maybe not so violent. I don't know. I don't really care. Violence is violence. It happens. It's a way of life. We are all destined to be disgustingly violent human beings. It is. War is a way of life. War is violence. War, it just is. It is a part of our daily life.
The construct created by government.
I think we would have war. People are gonna disagree, and that's what starts wars.
People,
I mean,
yeah, I know. People want to kill each other. This is the fact.
People are violent. We are not really that evolved, despite the fact that people want to think we are. We are still, well, ape-based people, for lack of a better way of putting it. We are not that evolved, and we are not that advanced, for lack of. We can do more damage with technological wars exist. You can do things without ever having to touch a firearm. Uh, he, I could do something with a crawling AI in about 2 seconds and take out entire countries if I wanted to.
Did you just say a crawling AI, like a baby AI? What are you talking
No,
about?
I mean an AI that crawls through the internet and grabs everything and anything and takes it out.
Oh, okay.
I
I was
forget you
so
don't talk
confused.
software terms.
No, no.
uh, you can take out anything you want. War, violence, it's all a part of life. Whether we like it or not, it exists and will always continue to exist because people have opinions and they're allowed to have opinions. Uh,
Yep,
that's just life.
yep.
However, I personally think you should be able to act on your uh lesser urges. I don't know. Some of this is really just hyperbole because I just like to create controversy, but
Yes, you do.
um, some of it is reality. Like uh, I think like a man, for lack of a better way of putting it. I just rage. I want to roid rage out and call it a day. Let me rage, and then I'll be fine.
Did you just roid rage? Steroid rage?
Yes, I said roid rage.
Jim, bro.
Eh, I look like
So the
one right
people on the
now.
internet, I mean, the people on the internet are correct then. You're a dude.
It doesn't bother me. I
Yeah.
act like one sometimes. It really like
The stereotypical, yeah.
my husband has known this about me since the day I've never pretended to be this effeminate I don't drop F bombs every 2 seconds person. So there are people out there for people like me. Like I think my husband would go crazy if I was a girly girl. I don't think he would put up with my shit. To be honest, like I don't think I would be married if I was anything less than what I was. To him at least.
Yeah. Nah, I'm a girly girl, but I am also, I don't know. I'm a weird hybrid.
Eh,
I feel like Ditto from
Pokemon?
Pokemon.
You
Yeah.
phase shift into whoever. That's not good, by the way. That's not supposed to be a
Shut up.
thing.
Shut
Comparing
up.
yourself to Ditto is concerning.
I feel like I'm Ditto.
That's called
Cause like I could be anything that you want me to be.
that's called the neurospices, babe.
I know. We knew I was neurospicy.
That's not
I'm still trying to I'm still trying to figure out where my actual level is.
yeah, I have had an awakening lately, but we've talked about that 5 million times. I am just I don't care anymore.
No.
And honestly, we're not big enough for me to worry about like demonetization and things like that. So I get to say whatever the fuck I want for the moment.
For the moment, yeah.
I get to piss people off and then grow our following, and then eventually I'll have to worry about our
Then being PC.
not necessarily being PC, just not, cursing in the first 30 seconds of a video and shit like that.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck. It's gonna be so fucking hard.
So there's rules to monetization for sure, especially when it comes to like sponsors and things like that. But honestly, if a sponsor's gonna require me to filter myself, that like obviously YouTube's rules, but like if you don't want me, this topic is a little out of nowhere. Our normal topics are not. This topic was just me wanting to have fun and stir up controversy because I knew I say some dumb shit. This was just me wanting to have a little bit of fun because our "Am I the Asshole" episodes always do really well, and this is kind of like a dovetail off of that. Like, how do we stir up nonsense?
How do we fuck shit up?
Exactly. Plus, I've seen other people do it. Um, they're a little tamer. Obviously, they're not going into the violent side, but again, we're not monetized. And on the short form platforms, to make sure that we don't get booted, I can be a little careful about how we clip it. But the long form, Okay.
Okay.
Not for kids. Cool.
Yeah, that's it.
Like, sorry.
Easy. Easy. Yeah, definitely not for kids.
It it's a very to me it's an interesting concept. I have always thought I love the concept of the movies, and that might say something about me, but I also love horror movies. So like I'm a twisted motherfucker. Who cares?
Well, okay, so I was the person who would fall asleep to murder podcasts.
Yeah, but that's just someone else like that's someone explaining what someone else did. Like that
Yes. But you're the one that likes the dystopian,
I do.
hypothetical future
I
shit that might
I
happen.
really
So you're a Black Mirror episode.
yeah, pretty much. I am a
You
Black Mirror
yeah.
episode.
I do like watching Black Mirror, but I don't know. I prefer like looking at like past
You're not a
scenarios and being
media
able to
consumer, I've learned. The longer we do this
No,
podcast and the more I realize what you haven't seen, you don't consume like short form is about the extent of your media consumption.
at this point, yes.
It seems like
At
at
this point, yes.
all
No, because I still watch movies and I still watch TV shows.
ish.
I just ish. So the problem right now is that I don't have a lot of passwords to the different streaming sites, so
There.
I'm limited.
Yeah, but
And I have been limited since like
it's
college.
I guess there's also something to say about conservative upbringings too, because I had kind of had free reign to watch
That
whatever the fuck I wanted growing up, which is why
I
I've
did
seen a lot
not.
of the stuff
I
that I have.
did not. I wasn't allowed to play Guitar Hero on Wii because of the rock songs having curse words. I wasn't allowed to watch Cartoon Network in general.
If this is anything about my parenting, I was allowed to watch Nickelodeon. Okay, please tell me you know about that controversy.
Yeah.
Okay.
You tell me about
Quite
it all
on
the
set.
time.
Well, we haven't.
Yeah. I haven't seen it, but
I was about to
I've
say
heard was it Schmoop? I can't
swoop.
remember her name. Swoop, yes. I listened to her podcast on it.
Yeah, you should go watch Quiet on Set, and everyone should watch it because that is
Where is it streaming?
Max.
See, I don't have a Max account.
That's unfortunate for you, but I was allowed to watch Nickelodeon free reign. Like my parents never questioned it. That's the type of parents
Yeah.
I had when it came to media consumption. And looking back on it as an adult, I'm like, why did my parents question it? That's the real question. Granted, I was also like watching Family Guy and The Simpsons and shit like that at like 8. So,
Oh, I was definitely not allowed to watch that.
again, my media consumption has shaped a lot of, I think, the way I am. I had a lot of free reign to look at all sorts of different perspectives and things. And I also had very religious family and conservative family. So I've kind of created this weird shape shifting morph when it comes to the way I view things.
Yeah.
Because I do think, while some religions are a cult, others are not. And I think religion as a whole is an interesting concept to study. I don't actively participate in it myself.
Yeah. I think it can be I think religion can be a good thing that unifies people, but it can also be used as a weapon.
Agreed, but I also don't think you need religion to define your line of morality. That's the one thing that was always taught
No.
when I was growing up. And again, it comes back to the purge topic. To some people, everything I've said in this podcast would be immoral as fuck that I even think about it.
Sinful. Oh, yeah.
The thought, even though I would never act on it, unless it was legal, and then it's just fair game at that point. The thoughts would offend a lot of people, and I guess I offend a lot of people. I don't really know. I don't really care anymore. But
I visually offend a lot of people
I think
with my
hypothetical
crazy eyes.
concepts and what could be, like you said, dystopian future type stuff, I like.
Yep.
And I do this at work too, bringing it back to the concept of this podcast. I predict what is going to happen with any given team that I'm on. And I do it accurately because of my
You
pattern
do.
recognition and things like that. I'm able to put the pieces together and put everything in front of people and say, this is going to happen in about 6 months. Do with it what you may.
I think you're a gypsy.
I think it's pattern recognition. I think it's the tism.
It
Truthfully.
is autism, but you could definitely just put on an outfit and be like, let me do some palm readings, and you would definitely like be good at
I don't think
faking
palm
that
readings.
shit.
I think I could do like faking being a medium because with enough
That's what
history
I
on
mean.
someone, I could probably piece together like what happened and ask the right questions. I could be a fucking scam artist real bad if I wanted to.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. You'd be good at it.
So are both me and my husband potential cult leaders?
Yes, but I think you would be different flavors of cult
Probably
leaders.
would. Or we'd be like a joint
Very
couple
different
crazy cult
flavors.
leader that I bring in all the women and he brings all the crazy men.
Fact.
And then we would
I
start
would
the
not be
purge.
joining the cult.
We are the
I would not
holy
be.
shit.
I would not be joining your cult.
We are the cult leaders to start the purge, to overthrow the government,
There you go. Oh my
and
God.
become the new government to start the purge.
Jesus Christ.
Again, this is all hypothetical bullshit. But
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
It is. It's hypothetical bullshit. I'm not planning on taking over the government with my husband, I promise. Hey, stop making this work. It was just a thought that came to my head while I'm sitting here talking about this. Because I am the twisted evil. I can. My ability to predict what's going on based on pattern recognition and behaviors. For someone who can't read social cues to save their life, I can definitely predict what the fuck a engineering team
It's
is
gonna
gonna
happen.
do. I don't understand how that works, but it does. There's patterns to it.
I don't either. Yeah.
Because I wouldn't be able to do it like first year, right? It's built a pattern of I see what people do and I can see them react to different situations and how they move from there, and then that creates the pattern, and I can slowly start predicting what's going to happen from there.
Right. That's why it's hard to gauge, like, at least in the initial interview, if you're going to a new job, if it's gonna fit or not, because you don't have the pattern.
Yes, but I'm learning how to see what the pattern is in interviews the more I do them. I'm learning how to ask the right questions to be able to predict it.
There you
I mean,
go.
people are always fake as fuck in interviews, so right, you have to assume grain of
Yeah.
salt everything they say. If they say it's going to be a happy environment, it probably sucks. If they're trying to sell
Yeah.
that we're all one big happy family, that is a red
It's
flag from
not
hell.
true.
But yeah, I don't know. I think we learned just how fucked up my brain is today. But
I love it. I told you to be unhinged, and you are now being unhinged. So I support it.
I'm being a little.
I may not agree with it for 1-to-1.
I mean, I'm going
but
after
I support
75 hard zealots this weekend on TikTok, so that's gonna be fun.
Hell yes. Hell yeah.
While knowing that there are at least 2 people who actively follow me doing 75 hard right now.
Dox them. Who? No, I'm just kidding.
No. I mean, they're both coaches, which to me is slimy. I don't. They, as coaches, know it's unsustainable and know what to do appropriately. I don't care that you do it because honestly, for me, myself, and I would probably redo it just for shits and giggles to see what I can come up like. What I do better when I have a challenge, 30-day challenge. Like I do better. I know that about myself.
Right.
I'm not
But it's a mental thing.
It is. But because
and if you treat it like a mental thing, it's fine.
Yes. You treat it. However, some of the rules, like taking daily progress pics, lead to it being twisted into a fitness thing. And it has been twisted into a fitness thing, and that's the problem. When I see fitness coaches promoting it, it is promoting an unstable and unhealthy relationship with a fitness journey, in my opinion.
Yeah. That would do it.
I would do it again. I've done it and I would do it again, but I wouldn't promote it. I wouldn't actively share that I'm doing it again if I did it again.
Yeah. And that seems like the responsible way to go about it.
I also am not entirely sure that First Form, which is the supplement company that the same guy owns, isn't an MLM. But that's a different story entirely. Because they
We're not talking about MLMs right now.
a lot of supplement companies have affiliates. Like, I'm an affiliate with one as a fitness coach. It's so weird. I don't know how ethically we as fitness coaches can promote being affiliates with supplement companies. It's weird.
It's the gray.
It's very gray. And that's why I never, if a client asks me, hey, what's a good supplement? I'll recommend the company and I'll give them my discount code because it's a discount code. Everyone likes a discount.
But you genuinely like their product. I do. It's not like a...
But a lot of people, right? I genuinely I didn't want to. I will fully admit I didn't want to, but I genuinely liked First Form's stuff. I tried their meat sticks. I got the opportunity to try it for free, so I did. I genuinely liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like an affiliate program that forces you to kind of sell like an MLM, even if they're not one. Yeah. I don't, as a trainer, want my content to be focused around what supplements I'm will I do a supplement thing here and there? Yeah, I will, because a lot of people ask about it. It's a very real thing. But I'm not going to tell you to go buy from one company specifically. And if you want a discount code, yeah, I have one. But I'm not going to promote it a lot of the times because I think it's weird. I don't know. It's weird. If I wasn't coaching and I was just a fitness influencer, sure, all day, every day, I'd promote that shit. I would promote products I actually use, sure. But I would promote the hell out of it. Athletic wear companies, supplements, whatever. But
that's where you'd make most of your money. But because you're making most of your money from clients, that's not your focus.
I also just think it's slimy. I don't know. Because
yeah,
different clients are going to have different reactions. I'm not going to say, for instance, Body or Beachbody forces all of the people that buy their workouts, if you want to be a part of one of their groups, to buy their supplements too, which is gross.
Yeah,
especially where supplementation isn't necessary. I use a few things, but a lot of supplements aren't necessary. You don't need them. There are things that will help you in different situations, but they're not really necessary.
Yeah.
Again, slimy business practices that I would take down. That's another thing I would do. If it's a real purge and not just a corporate purge, I would mobily dismantle all the health and fitness MLMs. I would take the shit down out of those. All of their production facilities would go boom.
Boom.
No more of that shit. No more ketones. No more remote. I mean, Body's workouts are they tend to injure people, and that's kind of my problem with the workouts. It's the business structure for Body, and their supplements are overpriced and blah blah blah. So if I take out the production facilities for the physical products, we're golden. No more preying on people in the fitness space.
I assume that if you do take out a production site, you might be taking out multiple.
Well, yeah, you take all of them out.
Companies, right? So it's kind of more convenient that sometimes they share the production sites.
True.
So you can just easily just bomb one and take out 3.
All right, this has gotten way side tangent-y. Okay. We were gonna close up, but I don't know. I think I want to open this up to different topics and not just be, this is chaos part of engineering chaos. What kind of chaos can my gremlin brain cause? This is what it causes.
All of it.
It's not necessarily about corporate life, but it can be because we all have corporate frustrations that we want to take out.
Yeah. I mean, whether it be you actually working in corporate or just hating the corporate entity in general.
Fair enough. Because, I mean, yeah, if a real purge existed outside of just a corporate world, a lot of people would take out big corporations, I think, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
But again, we are not inciting violence. This is all hypothetical nonsense. This is
all hypothetical.
Stop doing that. It's gonna get us in trouble. This is all a hypothetical. No
It's all
one is
hypothetical.
inciting violence or directing you to do this. I just wanted to have some
Please
fun
don't.
talking about what if the purge existed. And to the
Yes.
commenter that said you can come up with hypotheticals all day, every day, that doesn't make them true. This is literally fucking proof. I don't think my hypotheticals are true. This is.
Let's not make them true right now.
I can ask what if. I can ask questions and have conversation about it. That's what I like to do. I like to ask weird questions and see what other people think about it. It drives my husband nuts.
Well, I think it's a great creative outlet
Okay, but it drives my husband
to
nuts
think
because
about
I am
it.
the type of person, you know, the what if I was a worm meme that was going around for a while?
Yeah.
I am that.
Would you still love me if I was a worm?
I will ask the world's dumbest questions and be like, what do you think about that? My husband, lately, my husband's response has been, do you want Adderall? Because what?
I think it would help.
That is my
I think it would
husband's
help.
response. Now.
No lie, I think it would help. I don't disagree with him,
I don't think I know.
but I know it's not as enjoyable of a life experience when you're just always.
Now we're gonna go off on a different side tangent because I want to
Cool.
be able to. The problem with me being medicated is I'm not necessarily anti-medication. Like I'm anti-medication for me. It's the same thing with like the GLP-1s and tirzepatides that I was talking about earlier. I want to fuck around
Mhm.
with tirzepatide just to see what it does to me, a person who knows all of the rules and regulations, and just see, because there's someone that is doing it on the Mind Pump podcast, and his experiences intrigued me enough that I kind of want to fuck around with it just to see. I don't want to take, like, I'm gonna obviously not get the brands that everyone's going after. Like, I would go through a different process entirely that doesn't deal with shortages, but I do want to fuck around with it and see. Partially because as I get more clients that are going to be, this is a part of life now, like violence,
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
need to know how it feels to be able to train appropriately for those types of people. And more people are getting
Yeah.
on them, and there's different
Mhm.
reactions. So understanding
Oh yeah.
energy levels, the ability to consume, like, because people are talking about how, like, I've been a bodybuilder and force feeding my life most of my life, force feeding me most of my life, and now I
Mhm.
can't even hit like 1,500 calories because I'm on it. And this
Yeah.
is like normal,
So
not needing to lose lots of weight people. So there's a lot of.
yeah. Well, I mean, you knew when I was on it, right?
You said it made you sick, and I have another client that was
Oh
on
my
it
god,
and
constantly.
loved it. So
Right. It's just everybody reacts differently to it. But again, yeah. If you took it, yeah, you'd be able to tell what it does to your body, but you couldn't say what it will do to your client's body. And you can say, these are some reactions that have happened.
but
This
yeah,
is
but
my
you
experience. So,
understand it better doing it yourself. That's the kind of thing, right?
yeah,
A lot of people
right.
recommend that as trainers, you should have to train in person before you go online, because online's a lot harder. And I will say that it is a lot harder. I can't give cues to people. I can't see their behavior. If they're lying to me online, I don't really know that. Right? I don't see them getting
Yeah.
stronger. It is harder online, and I'm not gonna say it's not. I would agree. If you have the means to go coach in person, go do that and then go online, or do both simultaneously as a hybrid. Reality. That's not the point, though. With the ADHD thing, I am not necessarily against meds anymore, but I am against losing my creativity. I was
Yes.
so linear thought that I don't know that I could be a content creator.
It helped with some aspects of the planning for things,
Exactly.
but I understand that if you would constantly take it, then it would take away your creativity.
Exactly.
It would take away what makes you you. So I think if you just like used it supplement
Yeah, but no
like
doctor's
every
going
so
to
often when
prescribe
you
it to
feel
you
like you
like
need
that
it,
as
then
needed
great.
usually. So that's the
Yeah.
kind of issue I have with getting medicated, is it is a lot more difficult to be able to take it as needed. Because I would love it when I'm doing my marketing plans, not so much when I'm executing them. You know?
Yeah.
Also, I'm
Well,
more unhinged, so I wouldn't take it for the recordings.
no. I think I've decided I'm not going to take it for recordings either.
It's
I'm out anyway.
so it's one of those, like, I'm not anti it really. It's just I don't want to lose the pieces that I do love. And like literally I was talking with someone this morning when it like in the coaching space, and they're like, keep up with that, let us rein you in. Keep being the creative, let us rein you in, so I don't go off the
Oh, got you.
walls, which I tend to do, and make my marketing not obvious.
That's fair.
Because I will go
So
off the
they're like your
walls, and I
babysitter.
do.
They're your babysitter. Yeah, you do.
I will get way
You just
too
need
creative.
babysitted.
I will start turning everything into a creative space, and that doesn't really work if you want to target specific people. And that's been my problem with marketing from the beginning, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing with these people, right? They can babysit that piece of me.
Yeah.
And make sure I get my business off the ground and going, and then I can do creative things with inside the business and be a leader and things like that in the way that I want to be.
Yeah.
Again, corporate nannies, they're a pain in the ass, and why I don't want to work for them. Again, purge. I can correlate topics like no other. You can't be who you want to be in a corporate environment, and that's why people need rage rooms.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Or axe throwing or
ooh, axe throwing is fun
really
too.
any of those.
I'm really good at that.
I haven't tried it, and I'm afraid to because I feel like I'm going to hurt myself, but I want to try it.
I mean, don't do it right now, but when you're healed, it's not too.
Oh, dude, right now. I'll give myself a hernia, but I'll do it right
you
now.
Probably would hurt yourself.
I would hurt myself. That would be dangerous.
I want to go
Dangerous. Very dangerous.
Maybe I can convince my husband to go do that again this weekend. Now that you said that, I think that's gonna be something.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna try and convince him to do. I knock my mic at least once a podcast because I talk with my hands.
No, but that was the whole table that I just kicked.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying I knock shit over literally every podcast.
Yeah, that's true.
But that was my wild, crazy topic.
And that's the tea.
And that's what you really missed. Oh my god, I've been listening to that podcast. So, two people from Glee are recapping the show.
Oh.
And it's called That's What You Really Missed. And I've been using that. Like, I use recap podcasts as my background audio when I sleep. So the amount of times I've heard, and that's what you really miss, it's now become a vocal stim. I love that for myself.
Nice. Your unconscious brain just took it and said, let's run with it.
Well, I think I've talked to you about this before, but things I listen to when I go to sleep, my audio, like, memory is a pain in my ass. Because certain words, like, I listened to a Grey's Anatomy rewatch podcast, and so many words that commonly come up started sounding weird. I'm like, that's not the word, is it? Like, that's what happens, is things just start warping and not sounding like they should. And it's so bad. I used to sleep in calculus, but I would absorb it because of that shit.
Oh yeah, I fall asleep to the video replays of the lecture all the time.
Like, literally.
And I still get like 4.9 GPA.
Just, I need to figure out. It's taken me a long time to figure out my brain, but figuring out that audio memory thing was the best hack I ever had.
Did I say 4.9?
Yes, you did. Which
does it go up to 5?
Unless it's weighted. 3.9. No, it's 3.9.
No, high school was 4.9. Yeah, college was 3.9.
Yeah, because high school has weighted GPAs with honors.
You're right.
Yeah, why do I remember these things? Jesus.
I don't know.
I've been out of high school for a decade, plus more than a decade. Why do I remember these things?
Mine's not been a decade yet.
Holy shit, really?
In 2 years, it'll be a decade.
Oh my god. I'm old.
Yeah. You're gonna hit 30 before
Well,
me.
no shit, I'm older than you, but God, I didn't realize it hadn't even been a decade for you out of school. Wait, next year
Not
it'll be a
yet.
decade out
I
of
mean,
college for me. What the fuck am I talking about?
you finished early though.
Yeah, next December it'll be a decade out of college for me. I just realized that.
You finished early.
I didn't finish college
So,
that early. I only finished a semester early. I just started early, so there's that.
okay, whatever. Semantics.
Yeah, really.
It took me 5 years to finish undergrad.
Okay, in most engineering timelines, I guess I finished early because I did it in 3.5, and most engineers take 5. So yeah, technically speaking. But
Yes.
anywhoozle, that's another podcast
Whatever.
one. Jesus, I need to stop. My vocal stems are
Brain
so
going,
bad. My vocal
woo!
stems are so bad lately, and Josh, my husband's are even worse.
And like, what does he vocal stem?
I mean, we often vocal stem member, meant the member berries.
I remember.
Member.
Yeah, I remember. You remember? I remember.
What else do we vocal stem? At one point, he was vocal stemming Adam from Husband Hotel, which was just kind of funny.
Nice. Yeah.
Daddy Lucky Dummy from Hell of a Boss. Yeah, that's one that frequently floats around my house. He just becomes Fizz with the air horn. That's how fucking fun they. Don't blame me. Blame how fucking fun they are. That's another one that gets thrown around my house. I don't know that I should say some
it.
of the ones that we vocal stem.
Say it.
It's just
you have
we
to
have
now.
so many, and some of them are like response, like call and response too.
Like a Marco Polo kind of shit.
Yes, we have Marco Polo vocal stems in our house. The neuro,
but they're not. It's not actual Marco Polo. It's something spicier.
That's not necessarily spicy. Like the member berries one, he'll be like,
right. That could be a Marco
or
Polo.
he'll start another South Park one. The episode about Lord, he'll go Lord, 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 and then I'll complete it. I am Lord, 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 Lord. Like it's just.
You're right.
I complete his vocal stems because I've heard them so many times it becomes a call and response. Because he knows mine and I know his.
You guys are just made for each other.
I shouldn't finish the member berries one though.
I don't know how the member berries one ends. I can't remember.
Remember?
I don't remember.
Remember when there wasn't so many Mexicans?
Oh no! Oh no! Oh god!
I promise. It's a vocal stem that's stuck. And now we've been rewatching The Boys and some of those. It's so bad. Our household, Lord help, like, thank God we don't have young ears anywhere near us because it's so bad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and then another hell of a boss one is ooh fish.
That's the most random one.
Drunk Moxie. Ooh, fish.
I'm pretty sure y'all don't even eat fish, right?
He does, but
okay.
It's
how does that come up?
It just does.
Oh
if
God.
I'm having one of those like, ooh, look at shiny moments, that's usually when it
fish. Yeah.
Drunk Moxie is usually.
So it used to be like.
I'm a Virgo.
It used to be. I am a Virgo, but I know I used to quote like Doug from Up. Squirrel. Yeah.
My vocal stems are insane, and then he picks up some of them, and then it just gets all over the place. The Lord one has, I think, been the longest one, though. Because he'll just randomly
As
go,
long as running.
yeah. Because he'll
Nice.
just be like, I am Lord. And then from across the house, you will hear me go, Lord, Lord, Lord. Like, just, it's a
That's
response now.
cute.
Like,
That's cute though.
so many. Uh, there was, now I can't even remember what it was recently, but I literally turned to him and was like, you realize that's your vocal stem now, right? And he's like, yeah, I know. It was something this weekend he was doing. I was like, that's a new one. I can't remember what it
Hmm.
was. But yeah, this is my life.
It is exciting and interesting to say the least.
There's probably a reason why I shouldn't work in a corporate environment. And it's
Yeah.
definitely
Well, at
explained
least
in
the
this
corporate environment
podcast.
that yeah, I think it's just the corporate environment that is standing right now, but
I
I
don't
feel
think
like we
I
should
will ever.
we should change it.
I don't think this level of
No.
unhinged would ever fit in.
You are too combative. You are too combative to be able to actually make change. Yeah, agreed.
I like to fight people. It's fun.
I know.
And I need
It's
people like
okay.
my
I agree.
husband that just go to rein me
Fuck
in.
off.
I mean, that's pretty much what my husband does. Like it's like the paper on a dog's note. Like that's my husband knows when I'm trying to pick a fight, even if I don't know that I'm trying to pick a fight, and he'll literally just turn to me, "You want to do this right now?" I'm like, "No, not really."
No, I decided no. Yes, but no. Not at this setting. Maybe another time though.
Because he said something to me the other night. I was like, "Ooh, this is a perfect." I was like, "I could say the same about you," and he's like, "I know." I was like, "Oh fuck, that doesn't go anywhere." This is my life.
But yes, it's a lovely life.
But that is all for this week. Um, I don't know. Do you want to surprise me with a topic? I kind of like this idea of not knowing what we're doing coming in.
I do too. I since I have a week to think about it, yes.
Cool. That's what we're gonna do. We're not gonna spin a wheel for a little bit, and then I know we're gonna get a guest here shortly in the form of a student, so we can talk about what life as a student is right now. Because apparently, as we addressed, it's been a long ass time since I've been a student. I don't know what the student landscape looks like anymore. So
I'm still a student, but I'm a master's student, and it looks a little bit different than undergrad.
it looks very different than undergrad. But
Yes.
most people, you were a unique situation. Most people will go get companies to pay for their masters. So the undergrad is the true experience that usually runs people
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
So it'll be
I
interesting.
mean, they're paying for it now. They just didn't pay for the bulk of it because I wasn't full time yet. But yeah, semantics.
I don't. Again, my weird twisted brain. I don't trust corporations to pay for shit like that. So if I did it, it would be out of pocket, and that's why I don't do it. I
Yeah,
don't like
that's
owing
fair.
people things. And to me, signing on to my company paying for my education is owing someone things.
Only 6 months after you get the payback, I think, is
Yep,
our
but think
policy.
of, right? I know the policy is typically like the company, but think of if I had to suffer 6 months because Dragon Lady's team paid for my education.
Oh, fuck.
Exactly. That's what I've always thought about when it comes to that
Okay.
shit. And I couldn't.
That's fair.
I don't like being tied. Even if it's 6 months, if someone pisses me off, I want to get the fuck out. As soon as possible.
Fair. Fair.
So that's just my 2 cents on that. But again, as we've discovered in this episode, my brain is a twisted fuckery. So, hey, that is all for this week. Oh my god, I almost forgot. And this is gonna be a long ass episode too. Oh shit. I was gonna announce to, hey, listen to this episode, because I got a big announcement and I almost forgot. But
Okay.
If you made it this far, congratulations to you. Comment that you want in on this if you do, because I am kicking off a 14-day challenge that has yet to be named because we're recording too early, but I promise it's a 14-day challenge for accountability and all of our friends to get together and start kickstarting their health loss, kickstarting their fat loss journeys. There will be workouts, there will be nutrition guidance, there will be habit help and tips and just about everything and anything you could ever need to know when it comes to rapid fat loss in the beginning. So, if you want in, reach out to me or comment on this on YouTube or whatever at It's Coach KC. And that is all I really had to say. I am doing a challenge, and it starts.
Yay!
This will release on Tuesday, so that is the. Hold on, I gotta do calendar math. That is Tuesday, the 30th, and we will be starting this challenge on Monday, the 6th. So, if you're hearing this before Monday, the 6th of 2024, because I realize podcasts have a lot of long form and longevity, so I have to mention the date specifically. If you were hearing this as it releases or right before, please reach out if you would like to get some help with your rapid fat loss in the beginning as a kickstart, and or some help getting that summer body we all wish to have sometimes. Anyways, if you enjoyed this content, what is the rest of the ending? Oh, if you enjoyed this content, please. It's been a long ass fucking week, dude. If you enjoyed this content, please go out and follow us, like us, rate us, do whatever you need to do. Do the social media things at Engineering Chaos.
Hate us, Steven.
Hey, it's engagement. At Engineering Chaos Pod on all of the things. And like I said, if you are interested in that challenge, please reach out to me at It's Coach KC on all of the things. And that is all, our beautiful Chaos Gremlins. We are back and we are unhinged. Goodbye.
Yeah. Bye.